Okay. Awesome. Okay, let me invite. Oh, hold on, guys. Let's just give me just a minute. Oh, sorry that this started a little bit late. I was having some technical issues, but we're here now. Hey.
Hi.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh
Hold on.
no,
Let me
no
get my
worries at
notebook and
all.
my pencil. My bad. I kind of forgot the most important part, which is
Yeah, no worries at all.
okay, so hi guys. So for today's topic of this week's video is we're talking about youth activism and campaigning and kind of spreading awareness. And so today I'm here with my good friend Anna. And the reason that I invited Anna here is because she does some amazing work with mental health campaigning. Like it's so inspiring. Like really, it's amazing. So
Thank you.
Anna, do you want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so my name is Anna Sullivan. I'm from Tinley Park, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. And yeah, I'm 18 years old. I'm going to be 19 next month, and I'm going to the University of Iowa next semester. And so yeah, so I've been an ambassador for Robbie's Hope since November this year. And so yeah, I just applied online and I got accepted. And ever since then, I've been working hard to and the stigma, especially in teens.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's how me and Anna know each other is through Robbie's Hope, which is another nonprofit organization that centers around teen mental health. So, to start the interview, I just want to ask, how often do you see like youth activism activists campaigning for mental health?
Yeah, so every day I see, people campaigning for mental health by things like Instagram stories and just, reaching out and spreading awareness. And yeah, I see that every single day, and which is fantastic. And yes, and so I've been to some events too. So I was at an event called Hope After Darkness, which was a event for grief survivors, and there were some teens there too. There were some other teens there too, and sharing their stories too. So yeah, but yeah,
Well, that's
every day
amazing.
I see activism.
That's awesome. So, how often do you see like campaigning like out in like the general public, like if, whether it being like holding signs or like handing out pamphlets? Like, how often do you see that?
Yeah, probably that. Like I probably see, like in person day to day a little bit less, but I've definitely seen pamphlets and stuff, like at doctors' offices and stuff like that. But yeah, I probably haven't seen anyone other than at the events that I went to. With like doing any sort of in-person campaigning, but also with COVID and everything.
So, other than COVID being one of the reasons, why do you think that why do you think that you see less people like campaigning, like holding up signs or out handing pamphlets? Like, why do you think that's not a common thing to see people out like
Yeah,
campaigning?
that's a great question. I would say definitely maybe because there is a little bit of a stigma of talking about mental health and everything,
Hmm.
and that's what Robbie's Hope is trying to change is to have teens campaigning daily. But yeah,
Awesome.
I would say that maybe because of a stigma.
Definitely, I agree. And we got a question. Do you feel that your school does enough to teach and spread awareness for mental health?
Yeah, so I graduated this past May, but my school was great. My school was great. We had some seminars and everything, and yeah, we have a great support system at my school because yeah, so I graduated this past May, but everyone there is great. So I would say yes.
Well, that's awesome. So, leading on to that, I know many schools have not had exactly that same experience. And so, leading on to that, do you think that mental health should be something that's required to be talked about or like taught in schools?
Yeah, I would say for sure because I know how important it is for students to have someone they can go to and everything. So like I know how important that is just for everyone to have one person they can go to. So yeah, I think that's super important for teachers to have training and everything of what to do and yeah, just so they could be there for their students.
Definitely. Yeah, and I definitely agree with the teachers having training. That's
Yes,
something that I'm very passionate that I think teachers should have.
yes.
So, back to the questions about activism and campaigning. Um, what what are some ways to get more youth involved?
That's a great question. Well, I would say number one, any teen can apply to be a Robbie's Hope ambassador because I think you just have to be like between 14 and 24. And yeah, so I would say number one, you can apply to be an ambassador. But if smaller things, you could just have conversations with your friends and post information on Instagram and social media to spread awareness. So yeah, it does not have to be big. It could be small and yeah, just having conversations.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I've definitely seen like on Instagram, especially like I remember the other day, like I saw this mental health post. I think it was actually from Emma Silent Epidemics account, and so I reposted it, and then some of my friends reposted it, and some of their friends, and it was just kind of getting circulated around. And I feel like definitely like with like these types of events, like maybe if certain people like started like some sort of like event or campaign, then they can invite their friends, and their friends can invite their other friends, and it just be like this whole, chain reaction.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly.
Oh, we got another question. Do you wish that mental health was a subject in school?
I definitely think so. I definitely think that would be great because again, just like be with ending the stigma that if it could be talked about more and so students didn't feel alone and everything and they yeah that they knew they had someone to talk to and everything. Yeah, I think that would be great.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like you said, if it's being normalized, then it would definitely be like much easier to talk about and much more. It'd be much easier for people to open up to.
Exactly.
Um, I have a mental health podcast called The Revolutionized Mind that is geared towards adolescents and young adults. Seems like we're passionate about the same thing, but that is awesome. Definitely, everyone go give that a listen. The Revolutionized Mind. That sounds awesome. I'll definitely listen to that. Um, Today I met a girl from India and she brought that question up. Oh, I like that. That's a good question. Um, so so I know you've done some campaigning, as I've seen on your Instagram, which again, so amazing, so
Thank
inspiring.
you. Thank you.
So what types of campaigning have you done?
Yeah, I spoke at an event called Hope After Darkness, which was a really powerful event with some visualizations of lives that have been unfortunately lost, and so we heard from some survivors and that was a really powerful event. I got to speak at that event and speak about Robbie's Hope and yeah, and then other than that I was on another podcast with the same woman. Her name is Gabby Vargas. She's located out of Chicago. She ran a podcast, and I spoke on that as well. And then I've done just some general things of giving out the Robbie's Hope materials to my high school, and yeah, and just general things of just having conversations and stuff like that.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yes.
So, on the topic of campaigning, so like you said earlier, like of course we haven't seen the ton right now because of COVID, but what are some COVID safe campaigning ideas?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would definitely say like, yeah, any sort of social media campaign, like on TikTok, I know there's a lot of challenges and stuff. So anything like that, any sort of like positive challenge you can start. Yeah, any type of challenge on social media. And yeah, I know it's harder with COVID, but a
Mhm.
table to just have conversations with people. Yeah, anywhere you could set up safely. Yeah, and just passing out materials and stuff like that, and again just having conversations.
I love that. Yeah, I've also thought of maybe doing like Zoom like seminars, or like I
Yeah.
think they're called like webinars
Oh
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Or
that's a
like
great idea.
yeah, where we can have like people like maybe like talk about it, and like we can invite people to come watch
Oh
or
yeah.
something like that.
Yes.
Definitely. So on the topic of COVID safe, what are some ideas for like after COVID, whenever like we're able to go out? Like what are some, do you have any ideas for like campaign or activism ideas for like going out in the general public and kind of like, being able to be more in contact with people?
Yeah, I would definitely say like yeah, just any sort of event or anything because yeah, at the event that I went to, they had a lot of visualizations of people who had been lost due to mental health, and that was really powerful because they lined up shoes of like lives that have been lost. So like anything like that where you can sort of show, like, you know, a visualization, like, because that was really powerful. So yeah, anything like that. And I would say anything just where you could have anywhere you could just have conversations with people, like standing out on any street corner or anything just like that.
Awesome. I love that. Those are some great ideas.
Yes.
So, that is all my questions. And I was also going to ask you about, like mental health in schools, but obviously we had some questions about that in the chats, which is great. So, again, thank you so much for coming today and doing this with me.
Of course.
Everyone, go give Anna a follow because she posts some amazing mental health stuff and she does a lot of great campaigning, really inspiring. So thank you again.
Of
Thank
course.
you, everyone.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We do these every Wednesday. Typically, are between like 6 to 8 o'clock. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.